all know the importance of protecting our own identity, but this morning we are talking about the importance of protecting your child's identity. I'm so happy to welcome back to the show this morning Beth Shell with the Lee County Sheriff's Office. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
This is so true, and I did not realize this. You're telling me that kids are targeted 35 times more than adults are? They're more likely to be targeted?
Right, because they're an easy target.
Because no one's checking their credit,
exactly.
Right?
Because
they don't
for
need it.
18 years or so, or until your child gets ready to go to college or buy their first car or move out on their own, that Social Security number is sitting there unmonitored in most cases. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come talk about it today, was to encourage parents and guardians to take care of that.
Is that really the only piece of information they need, is your social? I mean, can scammers really do a lot just with your Social Security number? That's all they need?
If they have your Social Security number, they can get medical care as if they were you. They can buy a house, they can buy a car, they can file for bankruptcy, they can file taxes. We all know that because of the problems that we've had with that.
I just don't understand how when someone puts in that Social Security, oh wait, this person is 3 years old. How, you know, it's like, really?
Well, I know, and that doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't.
But it
apparently,
all the time.
The checks and balances sometimes don't work, I guess, and it does happen.
All right, so you say this is a time where you can, we know of all these great websites and these great companies that can keep track of your credit scores.
Right.
You say can you do this for your kids and the kids' Social Security numbers?
You can. There was a new law that was passed, and so parents or guardians can now request for the credit reporting bureaus. That's TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And if your child is not a victim of ID theft, it's $10 to freeze your child's credit. But if they are a victim of identity theft, then it's free. That fee is waived. But what the freeze does is basically it locks that Social Security number in. And so if I'm a bad guy and I have your child's Social Security number, maybe I work at the clinic where your child visits, and I try to open a credit card or do something like that, that credit is locked. So I'm not going to be able to do it as a bad guy. The thing is that when you lock your credit, you get a PIN number. So you want to be very careful that you never lose that PIN number.
Well, and that's your next, important reminder for, keep sensitive documents. Something like that. Certainly, I understand why you might need to write that PIN number down, but keep that in a safe place.
Right, and don't carry your child's Social Security number or their birth certificate or things like that in your pocketbook. And be very careful. I noticed that I did this with myself, with my daughter. She needed her Social Security card for employment, and she had one of those little change purses that has the see-through pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And she had put it in there for safekeeping, and I walked by, and in the cabinet her Social Security card was there with her number and everything. And I'm like, you can't do that, because now you don't even have to have a pen handy. All you need is your camera. And you can just quickly take a picture of that. So be very careful. Don't carry it with you.
And you say avoid giving out your child's Social Security number. I feel like everyone's asking for it. By the time you go to the doctor's office, go here, go there, they're always asking for yours and your kids.
They are, and it's very hard. I don't give my Social Security number over the phone to a doctor's office. I wait till I go in, and most of the time they're going to want it. Sometimes you can get away with just giving them the last 4 numbers.
Okay. And then you say limit sharing information about your child on social media sites.
Right. So we don't think about it. We want to, of course, we're parents, we're moms. We want to talk about our kids and brag about our kids, but be very careful what you put out there, what information you're sharing, that kind of stuff, because believe it or not, and I know most everyone knows that there are trolls who go through that every day looking for personal information so they can, take your child's identity.
And last but not least, but very important, this is a good rule of thumb for everybody, shred all documents.
Shred all documents. If you have old explanation of benefits from your child's, you're working on your taxes and things like that, whatever has the name and address of you and your child and any family member, just shred it, but particularly if it's got Social Security number or other kind of important information.
All right. Well, again, very, very important reminders to keep in mind. Parents, $10, that's nothing. I mean, it could really be priceless for the hassle that you could have to
I was going to say, because
it's
such work to fix your identity. Somebody's stolen it. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. We love having you here. Unfortunately, we hate what we have to talk about sometimes, but hopefully we save some people some hassle and money. So thank you, Beth. All right, for more info, you can head to our website as well, fox4morningblend.com.
Up next, kid-friendly sushi. In today's Family Favorites, we roll out the recipe for a fun twist on sushi.